I've become convinced that everybody at some level needs some sort of, whether you go to meetings or whether you incorporate those principles, this idea of just taking a knee to something bigger than yourself, this idea of saying, I'm going to be happy with today. And then I'm going to get up tomorrow, I'm going to go again. My marriage is great today. I'm going to get up in the morning before my wife and I'm going to go do another thing, right? Whatever those steps are. We have a culture that I think everyone is struggling with some sort of addiction and some sort of Xanax, which is, it could be work.
Some
it
sort
could
of
be,
Xanax. Now, what is Xanax? A painkiller?
It's a antidepressant.
Antidepressant.
Okay, benzodiazepine. But like some way to numb out to our body's innate alarms to say like, I don't want to deal with that. I can't deal with that, right?
It's too much.
Whether it's work, whether it is actual alcohol, whether it's pornography, whether it's down the list. Do you have a couple of things you could tell a mom or a dad or a friend about if they've got someone in their life that is struggling with something they are ultimately powerless to control? Or them. Yeah. What does someone who's in the throes of it?
You know what's funny is I have a joke in my show now about ChatGPT. You're like you feel so close with it. You say like, dude, my buddies is struggling with balding. Like, what should I tell him? It's like, dude, because you feel like you're so close to them. You're like, dude, you mean you? Yeah. You're like, what should I tell my? I would say so. When I was in treatment,
or take me to 2017, 2018.
Yeah,
people probably try to talk to you a little bit.
I would say all the time. And I would say to the person that is, if you have a friend that is struggling, that is in the darkness, just be the person that when it all comes undone, that they call you.
That's it.
They don't need an article about how alcohol is. They know.
The daily Bible verse texted to them.
They know. They don't need to those that struggling are in unhappiness at their jobs more likely to self-destruct. They know. Everybody. I could be wrong about that. That's from my experience. Everybody knows. They know that. Hey, this relationship is not healthy. They know. I could be wrong about that, but
they know. But then there's also that voice we talked about at the beginning, which is like, but I can't lose this. But I can't lose this job. I can't lose this relationship. I can't lose.
Or that. And so when I went to rehab, the worst thing, and a lot of people say I went to treatment, and there was we played video games, and there was hot tubs there, and I go, that's not rehab. And this place was in the middle of the desert. I may have talked to you about this before. There's obviously no cell phones. There's no screens of any sort. There's no drugs. There's no alcohol. There's no sugar. There's no caffeine. There's no fiction books. There's no, and even if you get a runner's high from working out, they don't let you do that.
Yeah.
So there's no.
That's a real place, by the way. That's a real one.
It's a real place.
Yeah, it's not one of these Malibu resorts. That's a real.
It's called the Meadows.
That's it.
Because people are going to DM me all the time.
There's the bridge. There's a Meadows.
It's a real place. Yes. And let me tell you, it is horrific.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
No.
It's not a retreat. It's horrific.
Yeah.
It is horrific. And they take everything, any kind of escape.
All the Xanaxes away. Yes. Yeah.
Any kind of escape. Now, if you're on prescriptions, they'll look at it and maybe adjust it for you. But even that, they're like, there's no anything. Mm-hmm. So, and I after 45 days in there, I would go, dude, if I could ever sink my teeth into a Chick-fil-A sandwich, it would be unbelievable. If I could ever take my nephew to the park, it would be and those things all do reset.
Yeah.
All after a time
30,
without
45
them.
days. That's what
maybe. Yeah. And I needed another 2 months at another place to really solidify. But I am sober.
I was on the honors program.
Yeah. They kept me longer. You need to stay longer. But I would say there is in therapy that I've done since that there is, if you're doing like a planned detachment, that's fine. It's like, hey, I'm gonna go. I've had exhausting day with the kids. I'm gonna go watch an hour of trashy television. Just as long as we're admitting what that is.
Yeah.
That or hey, I'm gonna go to the batting cages, or I'm gonna go as long as it's not self-destructive. That is okay.
Yeah. You're hiding. You're not hiding.
No. I've had a stressful day. I'm gonna have a glass of wine.
Right.
as long as it's with it, I think a lot of times, especially in Christianity, it's like nothing.
Right.
And you're like, all right, well, that's everybody's going somewhere.
Then the nothing becomes a drug.
Yeah, I told Lydia, I talked to Dave about this, and he's like, so many people have come in that to say it's popular now because it's football season, sports betting. And people have lost hundreds of thousands. It's on your phone, and I do it. I do it, and I go, Lydia, here is my DraftKings.
Yeah.
I go, in January, I put $1,000 in this account, and it's like at 1,100. Like, it's kind of embarrassing because that time should be spent building a business but it is. She goes, okay, okay,
yeah.
And her the same, by the way. It's like it's not detachment, whatever it's called.
I always said I don't ever want to
disconnection.
I don't ever want to fall off a wagon, but I don't mind parking the wagon and crawling down and rolling around in the mud, and then I'm gonna hose off and get back on the wagon.
If they say, "Hey, you're gonna go down there for 30 minutes, and then we're gonna hose off," you go, "All right,
I'm in."
Yeah, I think there's a lot of in Christianity. It's like wipe everything from your.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Does that person? I used to like drink in secret.
Yeah.
I was on FaceTime with a friend, and I would go off camera, take shots.
And Jesus was called a drunkard. They made fun of him. Like,
just
look who you're hanging out with. Yeah.
Or just like if you're saying, "Hey, I after like a show on the road, I will like have such a high." You're like, I put like $100 on like the West Coast NBA game and like DoorDash some Taco Bell.
Yeah, right.
And that is, I'm not the most proud of it.
Right.
But I'm not doing it in secret.
Right.
And it's not.
You're not doing it to mask anything.
I'm doing it to cope a little.
To come down. Yeah.
Or to just.
To veg.
Yeah, but I'm a human. But also there's nobody that is not aware of, like, the whole crew is there and it's not what I'll say it this way. It's not if I was teaching a class, I wouldn't say I was doing that.
Right. right. But here's the thing. I think that's another huge addiction in our culture, which is you can't rest. You can't laugh. You can't put your shoulders down.
You can't detach.
You can't
like, look at the ground. Yeah.
Like, and I don't know any human, anybody who doesn't have some sort of, dude, let's just go.
Or what do you when it all comes undone? When you had a horrific day at work, when the kids are, I've gotten bad news.
Yep.
What do you want to do?
Right.
You're like, well, all right. Well, I say this honestly. I do not want to drink.
Right.
I don't. I want to go be alone, and I want to isolate myself, and I probably want to eat sometimes, and I want to, Right. You're like, all right, well, is he being honest about that? And you're like, all right, well, then you go, yeah, I probably wasn't like, dude, you need to get, I need to go down to the comedy club. You're like, hey, Lydia would be like, hey, dude, you need to go down there and get some like attention, and you feel like you're the king. I'm the king when I walk in there. Yeah. Then everybody's like, dude, you go up whenever you want. Yep. They have like my order memorized, and if I come late in the show, they have it like waiting for me. And you're like, dude, you're like, that's a good feeling.
Yeah, that's right.
Just say that's a good feeling. Right. And then we can all be like, all right, see you in the morning. That's fine.
Right.
Or like, whatever.
It's intentionality.
It's same with everybody that's a workaholic, which I can be guilty of doing too. You're a God in there.
Right.
And maybe in your personal life, it's not going well.
Right.
So I just say, hey, I'm going to be honest with you. Whenever I go in there, everybody needs me. Everybody wants me. I feel like I'm the man in there. So I feel like this might not be going well. I probably shouldn't, but I've defaulted to spending a little bit more of my time in there. I imagine any other human would be like,
it's where everybody finds himself.
They go, yeah, and if that's not your addiction, they go, well, I don't do that, but
I got this one.
Yeah,
but it's to me, if it's of importance, if I realize, like my wife told me the other day, she's like, hey, just as your wife, going down the comedy clubs, it's your new drug. I did this with an MMA gym like 20 years ago. She's like, you just kind of moved in, and she's like, it's your new drug. She goes, I don't mind it. It's cool. I just need you to know I see an addict, and I'm like, all right, cool, but it's kind of awesome. Can I?
Yeah,
and
it's
she's like,
awesome, yeah.
but it's A, calling it out, and B, she's like, she goes to bed at 5:45 p.m.
Yeah.
whatever. So, but the
And
bigger,
if you're like, hey, I'm not losing my job. The kids have school closed. Everybody's taken care of. We're gonna make sure they go. Yeah, go for it.
but also, there was a season about 2 or 3 months ago when it was coming at the expense of, right?
Yeah, fair.
And so, and
That's
then
fair.
and it's like,
Yeah,
you know what?
all right.
She's more important.
Yeah.
We're gonna come back here, right?
Yeah.
But I do love circling back, and then we'll close up. I love that wisdom. If you're with somebody who's really struggling, I think there's something important about saying, "Hey, I see that you're not okay,"
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna continue to tell you I love you, and I'm gonna be here when this in the ash. I'll be there because this ends in ash. And
I did,
but like
yeah.
the secret pamphlets or the what?
Yeah. I was my buddy, like, and this is before I got the Tonight Show, but he called me and he goes, "Hey, dude, I got some news. We lost a child. They had a miscarriage."
Yeah.
And we just were like, dang.
Yeah.
And I told Lydia, like, after I was like, dude, I told him this actually recently. I go, did you have any idea how honored I was to get that call? So, and he told me from his mouth that he called other people and they couldn't
Hold it.
They were like, here's the statistics. It happens all the time. Or and so he, in his darkest, he scrolled through, right, and scrolled, but he goes, this guy could, and he's been with me through tremendous sadness, tremendous, and we have a relationship together. So you go, I wonder why. I guess that would be my advice. Try to become that friend.
So when it comes down,
why did he call me?
I'm gonna call you. Yeah.
And he knew he was in his darkest day, and I wouldn't be like, oh, doesn't that happen all the time?
Yeah.
Or, and then I, same guy, got the Tonight Show, and I go, like, I texted you, I called some other people, I FaceTimed my
I know
parents.
in the pecking
Well,
order.
I called you before it happened
I'm
because I was proud.
I'm kidding.
And I went to his house.
Yeah.
I went to his house and I knocked on his door and I go, dude, I got the Tonight Show.
Yeah, that's it.
And I go, what are we doing if we're not doing that?
Yeah.
What are we here for if we're not doing that?
And we're gonna hold the bad stuff and we're gonna hold the good stuff.
Yeah, both.
And they don't cancel each other out.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I want to tell you congratulations. It's awesome.
Thank you, man. Same to you.
That thinking about closing that door in 2019 to you walking out into downtown New York in 2025.
Oh, dude.
I
wish everybody could.
I'm just so proud of you. I'm just
horrific, but I wish.
Proud is not the right word. I'm not your
dude,
dad, but
yeah.
man, I'm so proud of you, dude. That's awesome.